Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world. We're back to continue our playthrough of Total War Attila, featuring the wonderful Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD mod. We've actually hit an initial goal. I noticed it's big and flashing down here. And let's take a look. We have founded our empire. So in other words, our king from the very beginning, our King John, who started out as King John Lackland, who has ended at this point after founding the empire to be known as King John the Impaler. So he has corrected and righted his lackluster nickname that he used to have, and now we are ready to move on a little farther from the initial story. I think what we'll do is we're going to continue our conquest. So we founded the empire. Let's just do that. It's enacted. There we go. Your faction rank has increased to empire rank, denoting the status of your faction as a great power. So what we shall look at is continuing our conquering of the Iberian Peninsula. And the reason being, as far as continuing a story of some sort, now that King John has finished his part of the story, I think what we're going to do with the playthrough is the reason we are progressing with this conquest of the Iberian Peninsula is to secure trade routes to the Holy Empire. Let's put it that way. We technically have accomplished that by conquering Montpellier. We have a combination land and now sea route from that port to the Holy Empire. And any true empire would not rely on just one trade route. It's easily disrupted. So we also want to get through the Iberian Peninsula, capture control of the straits down here so that we have access to the Holy Lands and the trade that goes with that, and also with that trade giving us access to future crusades for the Pope. So that is the story, that is what we're doing, and that is what we are looking to accomplish in this playthrough. So for those of you hoping for world conquest, just so you know, that won't happen, because I am interested in not having this playthrough go on forever and ever, and trying some other factions too down the road, because we definitely will be revisiting this mod in the future. So there is the story. Let's continue with that story a little bit and make some adjustments. Some of these ideas were spawned by some comments that we've had, and we'll try to focus a little also on the intrigue and the family history that we're building here. One kind of cool suggestion that I can't believe I didn't even think of, because it makes such cool sense to me, is we lost our commander, our main conquering army of France and those regions passed away not too long ago, and we have his son that is currently a governor in Mercia. No big thing, Mercia. I mean, he deserves more as part of the royal family line. So what we're going to do is William will then be taking over his father's former forces, which means we're going to have to make an adjustment with Adam, who we assigned down there. But I think as far as the story goes, Adam has taken control of this army, but it's only temporary control of this army. No, he's not a family member, but there are rumors abounding out there of his interest in a certain princess with a name beginning with the letter E. And just so you all know, we have a daughter over here, Emma, and we have a daughter over here, Ella. So there's rumors and thoughts he could at some point become part of the royal family, of course, via marriage. So with King John having accomplished his regal goal and throwing off his lackluster Lackland moniker, he's also aging and reaching the end of his life. So is he really in the right position to be the one to go down and do more conquering down in the Iberian Peninsula? So really what we're talking about is he's what's his age, 67 here. So yeah, he's near the end of his life by any stretch of the imagination, and we're going to send Adam up here to take over the king's army, and that way we still have our heir taking on a huge responsibility with levying troops down here. It'll be a very important army, a very powerful army for us, and we need the heir to be able to control and have the power over the levy forces, and that's why we're going to keep him down here. We're going to keep Richard down with this army. So there's kind of the shuffle we're working on. That's the storyline we're working on. And we're going to be looking to increase the family hold, increase the family's power, increase the family line's power in the process. We'll have those we need to marry off, namely our governor, Henry, and then William will also need to find a wife also, so we can continue as we have been here, hopefully not in bastard fashion, strengthening the family tree and the family line, the royal line. So that's kind of our goals going forward. So just so we're making that clear to everybody, so we're all on the same page and you know what to expect. Yes, the battles are fun. That's why we play Total War. But there's so many multi-layers to this game, so we're going to try and emphasize and have some fun with those layers also as we move forward. So let's do the first step in that process, and let's detach William from his governorship in Mercia as the first step. And we'll need to have a replacement ready, because I don't think Mercia will survive too well without his governorship. In fact, let's get up there and take a peek. Yeah, the public order is -6 at the moment. We don't have a lot of options for building to help public order right now, so we really will have to get a new governor in place over there. And we do have the ability to, let's just double check in the summary, we have 8 governors, so by replacing him that'll give us 9, and we'll still have one more random governor out there where we might need it the most to help with public order. So that's where we're at. So I may not hire the governor this particular turn, just because public order is +77. We can afford a little bit of a negative trend for a while, but at some point we probably will establish a governor there. I'm more interested in saving our funds at the moment, currently at 3,904, projected to gain another 4,434 next turn, so that should allow us to perhaps get the public order under control in Edinburgh and have this army get moving so we can get it replenishing again, that we're not able to do up in Edinburgh. And the good news is by moving Adam up there and taking over after the king, we're looking at a commanding general that has wonderful replenishment percentages and replenishment expertise, so that should help that army up there as we get it moving eventually. So that's the first step. We just got to remember to do keep all the moving pieces moving in the right direction, and hopefully the Kingdom of Norway will move on and quit pillaging in our lands now that we've taken it over, but that should happen as we move up to the next turn. Something I did notice real quick is we've made contact with, we tried recently with the Duchy of Pomerania, did not work out, but Teutonic Order has now been reached with our guy moving up north, our assassin up in that direction. So let's check in on the Teutonic Order.
The day's greetings to you. Speak,
and see what he feels about a trade agreement. All right, so the Teutonic Order and Conrad up there, the likelihood of success on a trade with us is high. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can't get some extra payment for the honor of conducting trade with us. And the likelihood is still high, so let's increase the pot. And now we're at moderate with a 1,300 payment. So let's give it a try. And we now have trade with the Teutonic Order.
You will find us an honest friend in this matter.
All right. While we're out here, let's try once more with the Duchy of Pomerania, see if anything has changed over there. They say no too many times in a row, then I give it a break for a while and come back. But let's see how it looks.
For my people's part, welcome.
And all of a sudden, the likelihood
also,
of success is looking high. So let's see if we can't entice this one a little bit to make some extra funds. And we're looking moderate at 800. Let's just see what it is at 300. Still high. So yeah, we'll go up to 800 and give this a shot. And this time,
we can settle on terms, and I can return to the Senate sure that we have done good work today.
Duchy of Pomerania has accepted at this time. So that'll help income even more for our booming empire at the moment. So let's just check off any loose things that we might not have touched on last time. We do have some new household members gained. We have a learned tutor. We have a household cook, which I think we may have already given out. And Quintain, charging bonus for cavalry. So we have seen these. And I think the cook has already been placed. Okay, and we know that we accomplished our research, and rural wayhouses has been brought back to London. And some of those have gained rank, but we've already spent those ranks. There should be nobody remaining that needs any extra rank because we've done all these. So these are all old notes that we've taken care of. Just wanted to trait gained by John, loyalty all alone. Oh, where that's bad. So yeah, we don't like that one. Let's get John out of the army. That's another reason to retire the king. He's starting to gain some negative traits in his old age. All right. Yeah, so we're seeing a lot more downward pressure, and we need to get that righted. Hopefully when the king passes and his heir takes over, we'll be in better shape. So we're ready for next turn. We'll go ahead and do that right now, and we'll see you on the other side. So actually, Henry we did not look at in Lyon. I was aware of it, but we never actually touched him. So let's go back in there and see about promoting him. Lyon is under nice control. We have good squalor. We are +3 as far as public order. So we should be able to focus perhaps a little bit more in Lyon on some tax promotions, if we can get there. Yeah, the authority here helped get the public order under control. Cunning is not that important. It does lower some maintenance costs, but not a lot of buildings in Lyon yet. So we're going to go down here towards tax rate first on his promotion. There we go. All right, let's move on to the next turn now. All right, once again, we face some political obstruction. That seems to be the story lately for anybody we want to promote, but I think I need to try Ralph at a higher position to see what that does for his loyalty. I'm just curious to see if this will have any kind of influence that way. So we're going to use up some of Ralph's political favors. All right, so we're looking at population surplus in Paris. We had some foreign trespassers, and it was interesting. No, it wasn't just Norway that was a trespasser. They left our lands. But what happened mid-turn is those that last little force of the county of Toulouse, what was it? Three units in the army, and that was it. And they're deteriorating badly. Moved across the border. Then Norway unpacked from pillaging and done, since it's my lands, moved to the south and actually attacked somebody. So they really did attack somebody, but they had such vast forces, overwhelming the county of Toulouse, and just chased them south. So that's what's going on there when you see the foreign trespasser story here. We've encountered a new faction, the Norwegian Pretenders. Interesting. So even in their roaming nomad state, Norway is having some internal issues apparently. We have demolished a shipyard down in Montpellier, demolished the mineral estates. And where did we build? Inverness. We built the noble domain to help with public order. And we have a trait gained for John. At least the tax rate has improved. Our money situation, at least out of all that, is improving. We're up to 14,502. So good news there. Ready for duty is William. And the other William that we canned when we disbanded that army. He wasn't a family member, William, however. So I think it's going to be time to get some other things moving, some dominoes moving. Let's just look at everything else here. We gained a military chaplain under John. Ooh, +5 commanded army integrity. So we'll see which army might need that. That's an amazing one to get. And a shield bearer for Robert. And let's take care of the ranks that we've gained out there. John of Aquitaine. We're looking at good squalor at +2, and we're looking at +6 public order. So wealth has been addressed. Public order's in good shape. So really I'm going to focus on tax rate is all I'm thinking right here. And then Robert has also gained a promotion over in Paris. And in Paris we have good, well, okay, squalor +1, and public order is deteriorating a little bit. So ideally we could use a little public order assistance in this promotion. And we do have a quick way to get it with some authority right here. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take William, the governor that we took out of Mercia, and we're going to give him control of this army currently held by Adam.
Ready for orders.
And let's see the best way to kick him out of office or out of control of that army. We're going to replace this general. Hopefully that will not take a negative hit to his loyalty, which is currently at 5. We'll keep an eye on that. I don't know of any other way to replace him other than this. And we're going to replace him with William, the Defender, who has some good military traits as far as morale boosts and whatnot. Great loyalty, so he's a good one to take over this frontline army.
We hunger for battle.
Like father, like son, has been accomplished. Now let's go see the availability. I'm curious, is Adam showing available? And yes, he is. Not that Adam. Do we have another Adam? Yes, here he is. So he's in transit 1 turn. That's what I was afraid and thinking. So we will not retire the king until next turn once Adam's available to take over his army. And William, let's see if there's a promotion that suits you better as a commander of the army. Because William, right now you're at a provost level, and I actually would like, if we could, to move you over here. Is there a reason it's not highlighting? Maybe you aren't showing? So we shall see next turn also on this. For some reason it's not giving me the opportunity to do this now. So we're going to check next turn to see if the office of Castillon is available, or since it's an office it's kind of at the same rank or level I'm at now. Is there some reason I cannot? Oh, I see what I have to do here also. That makes sense. We have to kick him out of this office, remove from office before we can place him in another office. His personal influence is high enough to deal with all that, so we're going to do all this at the same time. So we will remove William from this office with the intention next turn, or this turn if it allows us. We can do it. No, we can't do it this turn, so we do have to wait a turn to deal with that change in office, apparently. We are going to see about seeking him a wife now that we are setting all this up so he can work on strengthening our line. And then we have one more since we're here. We have Henry, our current governor of Lyon. And we're going to see if we can't seek a wife here also. Low influence cost to be doing that. Okay, there's those moves there. Let's move up to Scotland and see about Edinburgh and see what we might be able to build up there to help out with our public order. Which obviously looks wonderful right now, but that's because the army is parked there. If we just get a refresh here, we take the army out of there, and we're looking at a 21 hit. So we're looking at a -4 as far as public order. So something that would go a long way potentially. Let's find out. Well, heck, we can get our public order picked up really fast with a tavern. That would cover that right off the bat. We could then possibly make another move after that. What is our food situation? Food situation is +8. Sheep herd can't be upgraded anymore. So maybe the way we get our public order is through the noble domain. It does take a slight tax rate hit, but it gets public order of +3, which would then allow us... Actually, what would be good right off the bat is probably building a church wing that's focused totally on public order. Can't hurt us with the Pope either. So maybe what we'll do, rather than upgrade here yet, yeah, we're going to go with the church, I do believe, at this point. We have the gibbet already. That's why I'm not seeing that as an option. I didn't even notice that we already have that for public order. So let's go with the church line to upgrade. That'll give us a +3 public order just on the first building. It's also a cheaper choice over here than one of these buildings. What we may do also, though, we'll keep an eye on the noble domain because it'll also help us give us a little extra food at the same time. Our food is getting us by, but not by much. And once that's built, or even before it's built, because we'll have some positive public order built up. In fact, once Adam takes over, we'll get this army on the move. Looking at the army, we have upgraded a lot to armor and whatnot, but a lot of our new recruits, the Billmen, this Templar Knight, they don't have the armor weapon upgrades. So when we move back to the continent, we'll go via Dublin to get them armored up. All right, let's keep our assassins moving. He is his job is to make contact with the Holy Lands for trade opportunities. So we're going to keep Edward moving.
How can I assist you further? Moving out.
And then up to the north, this one's Edmund. I think he's probably done his job up here, but we're just going to continue just a little farther.
As you command.
Because the ultimate goal up here was to make contact with the Teutonic Knights, who we figured would be open or amenable to trade, and we've got that trade. But we'll just double check a little farther to see if there's no more opportunities up here, which I don't think there will be, but we'll just make sure. Because what else better do we have to do? Okay, our spy has arrived near Toulouse, so I think it's time to get him moving south. Now, a bad spot is going to be right here, or this will not be a bad spot, I should say, and it gives us an idea of what kind of an army might be standing in the way.
I am yours to command. Treading softly.
And that does open our eyes a little bit. Kingdom of Navarre. Kingdom of Castile. So the Kingdom of Navarre, I'm wondering relationship-wise, who they're allied with and what not. Let's go take a look at that. We have a military access agreement with them at the moment and a non-aggression pact with them. How did I must have started with this non-aggression pact because I've not gone ahead and done that, at least as I recall, on my own. So what we're going to do is probably break and cancel the non-aggression pact. We'll break the military access pact now, I'm thinking. And let's see who their allies might be. They are defensive allies with the Crown of Aragon and the Kingdom of Castile. So pretty much what I'm figuring out is when I go to war with any one of these three here, I'm going to war with all of them. So that'll be the challenge when we get to moving south, so we better be ready for it. Let's get in here and cancel our treaties. We do things honorably here, so we're going to cancel them in advance.
Today's greetings to you. Speak, for you have my attention as the ear of the august people.
Okay, we want to cancel military access. And we want to cancel the non-aggression pact. And that's probably going to make them not so happy with us anymore, deteriorating. We've broken our treaties, and they're not so happy with us anymore. So we're going to have to keep our eyes open on them too. Some other things while I'm down here is let's not forget our levying of troops. We don't have much farther to go with the levying before we need to pick up some longbowmen. So let's see, an axe sergeant, yeah, we'll go ahead with that. Oops. Almost forgot the most important step. Levying them, not just choosing them. And I believe the closest source of longbowmen will probably be Paris, if that memory serves me. They have longbowmen in their garrison, so I'm assuming when we get over there, even though it's off the pop-up, that we will also be able to recruit longbowmen over there, if memory serves me correct. Army replenishment is proceeding well in Montpellier. Let's take a look at the conditions down here. Sanitation is good. It's in the positive. And public order is plus 18, but what does that mean? So it's -4 overall. Once the instability goes away at 1 per turn, that'll make it flat and even. And that is good enough for me. So I really probably don't want to improve anything else down here until I increase a public order building. So maybe we wait for further growth before we really change anything down here in Montpellier. Toulouse, we have good squalor and -6 public order. So something's going to have to change down here. And food is positive, so I think what we can do is go right ahead with the gibbet here just to help with public order. And while we have the funds, let's get that done. And I think we're going to still dismantle this one. I don't really need this army recruitment center here, and that might be another possibility for a public order style building. So we have lots of other negative trends, but the overall public orders are positive in those areas I'm checking. The one that concerns me the most is Bristol right now. I may have to break down for a governor. Colchester, when we get our governor replaced. Oh, do we have a governor in Colchester? Let me double check that. Yes, we do, Gerald. So he just needs some more promotion to help us out with public order there, and we'll be fine. Mercia will get under control if we replace William that we took out of there. So really, it's we're not looking too bad elsewhere except down in Wessex. So let's look with our 5,800 in our treasury. Do I have any immediate buildings that we can take care of? No. So we'll not spend anything, and if we upgrade the castle alone, that will help public order. At least 1 tick of public order. Get it down to -1. And if we get enough funds beyond that, manorial estates would help with food and public order, but lower the tax rate. But this is not a big income producing province. I don't feel, it's only 479, so I don't feel bad about lowering the tax rate there. This is a good spot for the manorial estates. So we got 2 expensive buildings to build. We're not going to spend anything now then. Next turn we'll be able to decide which one we want to upgrade on public order there. And with that in mind, I think we're under control to be able to take the next turn. Let's just double check up here one more time. We are seeking a wife. Seeking a wife. Okay, so we are ready for another turn. We'll see you on the other side.
Should we cooperate? Our enemies would cower and seek safety. Do you not think that a fine prospect?
A fine prospect, eh? I think we're going to say no.
We are not a friend for the new moon and an enemy in the old. Come, can we not help each other openly?
Okay, on this one here, I think we're open and just fine with a non-aggression pact up here, especially with them paying. So we're going to go ahead and take that position. Let's just see. Moderate, yeah, we're going to go ahead and take it. We have an enemy in military. Oh, actually, we do not. What happened is a lot of back and forth, and we'll talk about that. Faction destroyed. The Kingdom of Norway is no more. So who do we have here as a possible hand for Henry? Well, it lowers the husband's cunning. Unsuitable. Some men marry for love and others call them fools. This bride seems suitable. Will you take her hand? Well, where is she from? Does it say, or is this someone we found? I think we're going to turn her down just because I think we can do better, right? I guess I've seen worse than this, but we're going to try for someone a little better. And Adam over here, little Adam, who we have to worry about now. Defamation. An unscrupulous rival has spread foul rumors about a member of your family. Give the order and they will be silenced. Yeah, we're going to pay him off. Lose a little influence. We don't need the name of Adam to be besmirched by Anezka. And William has... Let's see what this does. Character marries William. So we've had a successful marriage here, but I don't recall who's he married to. I don't see that popping up as we search for the search. Well, there we go. Let's take a look. Since he's not direct descendant of the king, is that why I don't have that kind of control and an option? Hopefully it's nothing too bad. Well, I thought I declined this marriage, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I guess by the choice I made, I was mistaken. I accepted the marriage is what I did. But it's not the end of the world. At least there's nothing holding back child rearing abilities. And losing a little cunning over here on this character. Yeah, his cunning was just fine. So not too big of a hit. And we can always get cunning back over here. And we have the county of Provence that came over here. What happened is this little force, the county of Toulouse, that's why it said we were invested. They came up and made that investment attempt over here on us. So perhaps what I need to do now, but I want the force there. If they want to invest against us in Montpellier, we will attack them and come on out and end it, because they only have hardly anybody left. But the Kingdom of Norway that was here tussling with them is no more, because the county of Provence made sure that by taking Norway out. A lot of population surpluses. We'll take a look at those, and when we look at public order, that's the most time because I have the funds again, 14,457, so our income is in great shape all of a sudden. Yeah, so we know about the trespassers, and the military investment ended. We did the non-aggression pact. We demolished the muster grounds, and ready for duty is Adam. So now is the turn where we retire the king. We've gained an executioner, which adds public order local province. So we're going to have to look at some governors that might be struggling. And we got some household members that will help us out. In fact, we got another cook, which will definitely help us out also. And Gerald has gained rank up here in Colchester just in the nick of time with negative public order. Squalor is flat and public order is a little low, so let's get that public order back in control. And we have a quick way to do it right here. 2 ticks on authority. That'll help tremendously for public order. And next up there, just there's a slight delay, but now we're only dropping -1, and with the public order still at 84, we'll have that corrected in time. So we're going to take the king out, and now is the time we're going to replace him. And where is the Adam? Here we go. He's good at replenishment and supply. Except he's turning a little untrustworthy here, so we definitely do not want to have him in charge of a governor. And he does have a little bit of a chance for illegitimate children, which is probably not the most amazing. But he's taken over the army. And with public order at 47, I think we're going to take this winter... No, we're going to take a springtime move next turn to head down to Dublin. That's what we're going to do. Just to get us there, since we have our building under construction here, let's see if we can move out into the winter a little bit. We'll fortify here, and then hopefully next turn we should be able to make it.
Ready for orders. Ready for further orders. You there! Get to work!
So we'll take no winter attrition, being fortified, and we're only dropping 4 per turn. Once we get our church building, that'll be -1, and we'll get things under control in Edinburgh. This gets the army moving now, so we can look at making some action down in the south. I think we need to recruit and levy this turn one more time. That's a good one to pick up at Dismounted Templar Knight. Levying has been very good here in Dijon with the quality of troops we've been able to pick up. One thing I want to do, even though they have experience... No, they don't really have... Yeah, they do have some chevrons of unit rank and experience. At least some of them do. Some of them have been killed off so fast they aren't gaining that experience. Let me take this unit and disband it. I want to see if billmen are available to recruit in Montpellier. I think they might be. And then let's take a look at recruiting. And we do have billmen. So we're going to get some billmen hired down here for our army. Since we have the funds, we're going to start switching them out, because I am becoming a believer in billmen over spearmen. At least for attacks like we are against the walls, I much prefer the billmen. And we'll take the slight hit in rank for...
It is a great and glorious thing to serve your people.
And that looks like that's about all we'll be able to do this turn. So we're starting that conversion process for a slight upgrade, at least for my preference. Let's take a look up in Wessex. We have the ability here in Bristol to afford one of the upgrades that I'm looking at. We have the castle, and we also have the Civic Center, the Manorial Estates. So we're going to go with that one first, Manorial Estates. And then after next turn, with the next income that we get, we should be able to also then upgrade the castle and get public order under control here in Bristol. Okay, let's get Edward moving over North Africa.
Would that I were as swift as the angels. As you command. Is there nothing else? Can I aid you further?
We'll get Edmund moving up north just to take one final peek down around this way.
Would that I were as swift as the angels.
Yeah, and that looks like pretty much, as far as the map goes, all we're going to really encounter up here. Just because we can, And because I don't need this guy, we're going to get to the coast and see about taking to land next turn. We're going to keep our spies active down here, and one area I'm probably just going to keep him is here in Pamplona. Public order is very strong and whatnot, so having him do anything to disrupt, we're just going to keep him here just so we can keep tabs on this army. Currently at strength 15. We have another spy. Yes, and it looks like we're pushing back the battles here. We've also seen them take over this territory also. Let's see if we can move and find any more of their armies. I think down in Valencia is where stuff is happening. Let's head our spy down there. Nope, things have stopped being interesting in Valencia. All the activity seems to be taking place over here near Toledo. And it all seems to be taking place, from what I can tell from power bars, in favor of the Kingdom of Castile. And I think let's see what we're able to do with a spy, just to check. We can disrupt the settlement. Right now they're struggling. Public order is dropping. Why don't we see if in advance for our tour through the Iberian Peninsula we can sow some unrest in Valencia. Oh, that's actually not... That's not actually held by the Crown of Aragon, but we will get down there eventually, so why don't we do that? Just see what that action does and accomplish. Small cost. We're going to start a fire. 67% chance for a positive outcome.
I will come from the darkness.
Failure. Unusually disappointing. Our agent has, in this instance, failed in his assigned duty. So gaining bad will, unfortunately, with the Almohad Caliphate, but we have buffers between us, so if that gets him upset enough to want to do anything, tough. I think just to help with public order down here, we will go ahead and build a chapel also in this open slot here, since we need some extra public order help. We're going to get some with this building, and since we have the funds at the moment, we're going to get the second building. I know I want to get some things done in Bristol, but with this income, we may have to wait one extra turn before we can get the castle upgraded, but this will work. I also need to get Toulouse under control too, and it's dropping 6 at a time, and it's already -2. Alright, I think we've kind of hit a time limit at this point. Unfortunately, no big battles or anything have occurred, but I think in this mission, hopefully we've gained a little direction or purpose to the remaining part of the playthrough for y'all. Hopefully you are satisfied with that direction and understand what we want to accomplish here, and at least down the road look forward to playing through on this mod with some other factions too. So give me your thoughts, give me your feelings on that, but our goal will not be over overnight either. We have quite the battles ahead of us to take over the Iberian Peninsula, so we are by no means near the end of this playthrough, but we have a purpose and we have a goal now to reach in order to end this playthrough. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Give me your thumbs up, hopefully, if you enjoyed this mission and the direction we're taking. Dislike if you disagree. Let me know what you're thinking. And I hope to see you next time. Subscribe, like, dislike, and just talk to me. Give me some activity. I sure do appreciate it. Those of you hearing this comment at the end of the video like this, thanks so much for your view. I appreciate these views the most. You all have a great one. Hope to see you next time.